Yo, this is your boy. Busted open. Bubba brain all sacks. Lover. Back with another video. So, if you've kind of known me for some time, one of the things that I kind of valued in woman was, of course, the obvious, being sex, but the more I kind of surround myself by people who kind of don't share the same interests, the more I realize that relationships don't always work out the way they're supposed to. Some relationships never work out, bro. It's never about the money, never about what resources you really have. It's always about how great the other person made you feel, bro. If at the end of the day, maybe this person didn't mean to come off a certain way to you, but, like, you can frickin' tell, like, there's not that much attraction anymore, or, like, the more you're getting to know this person, like, the more the attraction is dying, bro. That's what I found out. It's like, the more you find out about the person, the less attracted you are, and that sucks. That's never how I wanted to feel about this person. It's like, oh, just because you're not me, or you're different than me, that don't mean you're less attractive to me. That just means that I appreciate you differently, and I can express myself even more. Think about it. You can express yourself even more if there's more arguments that are being resolved in a peaceful manner. But, oh my goodness, bro. I felt like maybe like she was on edge because I wasn't sure if she felt like she could trust me, even though I've done, like, a lot of stuff. Like, so put it simply, without the emotion attached to it. Like, I've paid for, like, some, like, hotel rooms, like, and, you know, as embarrassing as it is, like, it was a loss, you know. It was a complete loss, bro, because I thought, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I was in a relationship, but, man, I'm just so, like, ready to move on, you know what I mean? Like, man, sometimes, like, you're just so ready to move on, like, you don't even remember, like, what even happened during the relationship. You're just like, yo, I'm just, like, so done. I'm just like, what's next? So I'm always looking for what's next. It's like, okay, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I kind of took a nosedive, and now it's even worse than how it started, bro. It started off great, bro. You know, I didn't even see any red flags at all, bro. I didn't see any red flags. I didn't. I was like, bro, we're just like, I'm just this person I met on a website, bro. I'm like, bro, a person I met on a website. Frick off. I was careful. Frick off. I don't want to hear you say that, bro. Oh, you gotta be careful. Shut up. Of course I'm careful. You aren't careful. Anyway, I don't have to be careful, bro. You just gotta, you know. So, Yeah. Yeah. If at the end of the day, bro, at the end of the day, you aren't yourself, or you feel you're worn out a little too much, you know, and it's a tough conclusion to make, bro. Like, who the frick wants to make the conclusion of just, things aren't working out, and, who wants to take things personal? Like, I don't necessarily wanted to, like, ditch her. Like, I didn't want to, like, cheat on her, or I didn't want to start an argument with her at all. If anything, I was the one trying to fend for her. I was the one trying to kind of make things better. You can say fix, but, it's just such a BS term. It's like, bro, nothing's ever fixed. So, yeah, I felt like I was the hero, and I don't know. Just never worked out the way it's supposed to. End of the day, I can get into, like, the details of it, but it just didn't work out. End of the day, it didn't work out. I had fun. I had fun. I hung out with her a little bit. I got to know her, a little bit of her side of the family. That was fun. And we were on this honeymoon phase where I thought things were going great. Oftentimes I hate that phase, bro. I freaking hate that phase. That's the worst. When you're on a honeymoon phase, bro, I feel like that's the worst phase, cause something bad about to happen, bro. Things are getting way too good, bro. You just off in, like, Lollyland, bro. You just like, yo, this person is exactly like me, bro. Like, this person, I see them as my body type, even though they're not. Oh, I see them as rich, even though they're broke. Like, oh, I see exactly. So don't be making all these conclusions about this person, bro. And you want to be analytical, bro. You want to be just like a smidge, like a tiny bit. You want to be like, yo, like, what things in this person can I be there for? Like, you want to ask that. You do want to ask that. That was the easiest thing to answer. The hardest thing to answer in this relationship is, how the heck is she tending for my needs? It's like, oh, I was tending for her needs, but it was so one-sided, bro. It was so unfair, bro. It was like, bro, I wasn't getting laid. I fell for just so much stuff. I fell for. I won't even say fall for, because, I thought I was getting a good deal, bro. But, she just kept on stretching the argument, and I don't know, it just felt like I never got what I wanted to out of the relationship, and it was a complete loss. So, eh. uh, uh,